What are you doing?
I'm trying to be a TikToker. Stop staring at me like this. It's annoying. So disrespectful. Alright, so another date. 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. Go Lions. Can you stop? Alright. Welcome, guys. We're going to be talking about a very serious topic today.
What's that?
We're not ready for that.
I'm not ready.
I'm going to get trolled like a mother. I knew it. I knew she did that. See, a lot of you guys, when you talk shit, that's how you sound. You expose how pathetic you are. It's pathetic. Seriously. But yeah, you guys are going to talk shit about this, like, realistically, so. Honestly, I feel like I actually give you guys genuineness to, like, I feel like I give you at least enough context where, like, you know, I say, oh, you know, just got rhinoplasty. Fucking fake bitch. Yeah, for sure. Now with this, now you're going to be like, oh, that's why her voice is deep. Lucas, has my voice always been like this?
Yeah, your voice isn't deep. What we're talking about is not anything bad at all.
Oh, I know, but they're going to take it this way.
Yeah, I know, and that's why we're going to do this video, to educate the uneducated.
We're actually gonna create knowledge for the ones that comprehend, and the ones that don't understand are not gonna understand.
And maybe one
But guess what? My content is not for you if you choose not to understand me. And I definitely have a hole in my sock because I can feel my floor. I fucking knew it. You know what? I'm actually protesting. I'm done with Nike socks. I'm throwing them all out. Oh my god, they both have holes in them. Seriously, they both have holes in them. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How does this happen? What did okay, first of all, what am I doing to make this happen? Maybe I'm the problem. Or what is the wash machine doing? Do your socks get like this? I know you have holes in your shit. Do you have holes in them right now?
My heels have like nails on them. I get holes in everything.
Do you have holes in them right now?
No.
Damn, you won.
I wore my good socks today.
You won today. Alright. Alright, they're probably fast forwarding through this part anyway, so we're just gonna get into it. So I saw this this one YouTuber and he says, let's get into it. So let's get into it. So if you guys are watching this video because you wanted to like try to catch me doing steroids, I'm sorry that I have now broken your heart. We are not here to out myself taking steroids because I don't take them. So there's just really nothing to show you or prove to you because I am telling the 100% truth. And whether you believe that or not, I just don't care. So I have been working with Transcend for about a year now. And one of the things that I actually talked, you know, over with them was, you know, I don't want there to be pressure for, you know, me to be taking, I would say like, you know, performance enhancement drugs. And one of the things that I actually learned over time was, you know, they're not even prescribing performance enhancement drugs unless you're actually at the age of 30 and older. So that was actually something that I did not know. And I would say that actually made me feel more secure that I wasn't going to be, you know, pressured or told or controlled that I have to go do something. What I like about Transcend is that not only are they supportive of me and my goals, and they actually, I would say, not only communicate well with me, but they are actually very much so respectful and also kind to Lucas as well. And one of the biggest things for me is that I can't handle everything all the time, and I can't handle everything that we do. So, you know, I would say like Lucas has, he's definitely bit the bullet with taking on a little bit more of the calls that maybe I don't have time for today, because some of the calls that I'm on have to do more with sometimes like accounting and budgeting and preparing for the future. And so sometimes those calls for me are hours on end where Lucas can kind of, you know, on a call with Transcend and kind of go over, you know, what we should be talking about, you know, some feedback, you know, events if they're happening, you know, in the near future and etc. So one of the best things that I like about the brands that I'm with is that, you know, they are respectful to, you know, like Lucas, and, you know, we've had other people, I would say, intermixed, you know, on our team realistically. And that's one of the biggest things for me is, you know, how everybody is respected here is how I feel respected. So that's, you know, I would say that's number one. Number two, it's taken me actually like a full year to even talk to you guys about injections because one, I know that there is a huge judgment placed on not only steroids and, you know, performance enhancement drugs, but I also understand that I'm already seen as somebody that would use them, which is, I'm not really sure how people, you know, create this narrative, you know, but just because you work out and just because you have muscles does not mean that you're on steroids. And also just because you go to the gym for a year and you lift heavy does not mean that you're going to turn bulky. I hope that that narrative has kind of simmered down within, you know, the education that is now on the internet, because not all, you know, information is bad and made up and fake. If you actually are following the right people and you are following people that you respect and also that inspire you to be better, then the content that you're watching should actually encourage you to do that. So my next thing is taking BPC 157. So basically this is a peptide that I have actually been extremely reliant on, and I've actually been injecting this now for about 9 months. And one of the hardest things for me, I'm not even gonna lie, it has been, I would say, my consistency with it, because not only is our schedule crazy, I mean, we're filming this at 3 o'clock in the morning. So the biggest thing for me is making sure that I take this on time. So as of lately, I have been taking it between, I would say, like 12 a.m. and 3:30 a.m.-ish, because realistically, I'm actually still up working at that time, and I never know sometimes if I'm taking a nap, if I'm going to sleep, you know, for a long time. I never know. So like, it's a little bit easier right now for me to take it around this time. And when we take this, you know, this particular peptide, it is important to kind of, you know, keep it around the same time. It's kind of like birth control for women. Like it's more productive to take it around the same time every day. And so my next thing with that is, I'm not someone that's going to come on here and try to sell you in something that I actually don't believe in or that I don't take myself. I actually have a whole fridge of these in my, up here, you know, if you guys were actually curious. But I actually told, you know, Transcend, you know, when I first started, I'm like, I got to ease into this. I wanted to learn more about Transcend and the culture and what they're actually trying to do in the world, rather than me just kind of like throwing products at you guys. Because I also do understand that from a, I would say from a person that's watching me perspective, and then also from a perspective of, there's a lot of horrible things and fake crap and people just trying to be a lot of different things on the internet. I actually empathize with you guys because I actually see the same thing, and I can't stand it. You know, I'm not here to just sell you on shit just to make an extra dollar. And that is actually one of the things that I talked, you know, with Transcend about, is that I need to try things out. I need to, you know, become familiar of what it's doing for me, what it's doing in my body, how I'm feeling. You know, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to come on here and talk to you guys about it, because I have to talk about my experience. You know, I'm not here to sell you on, you know, the 200 peptides that Transcend actually has, 200 plus actually. And so it's to me important that I actually stick to what's working for me and what I have experience with. So I want to just kind of preface that, because I understand that a lot of the times, like, you watch these videos or even like my reels or my captions or this and that, and there's always a tab, there's always something being sold to you. And realistically, I would say if you get anything from this type of a video, I'm just trying to educate you about how important it is to get your blood work done, because I think a lot of us actually prioritize arguing with our significant other and being a shitty human being rather than actually getting our blood work done. So if you have time to be shitty, you have time to go get your blood work done. And I would say, as like stupid as that probably sounds, if you actually think about the energy that you spend in a day, you could make time for this, or you could make time for better habits. You just don't choose better habits. So I just want you guys to remember that, you know, I'm actually talking from my perspective, is like I was actually paying more attention to, I would say, my toxic behaviors and habits when I was in my younger 20s. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, if I could go back in time, I really, really, really wish that I would have prioritized my hormones, because I truly think that my muscle mass would show differently. I think that I could have probably seen results faster, and I think that I like killed myself, overdid workouts, overdid training, really, really, really pushed the strength aspect to the point where my body just stayed sore all the time, and I did not realize that there was actually knowledgeable companies, and also companies that I could actually rely on for maybe some help. So besides that, I'm going to get into now why I take it and how it benefits me, and the results I've actually seen within this peptide. So Lucas is here as well, and I would say from what I have actually given you in terms of feedback, because I've talked to you a lot about this, and I actually told you a long time ago that if you were actually able to take this consistently, like, I think that it would 1000% improve your digestion. Mm-hmm. If you could explain what you've heard me say about BPC, and then also why maybe you think it's important for women and men to take a peptide like this.
Okay, I can do that. So I want to touch on two things Miranda said earlier. So the first thing I want to touch on is getting your blood work done is extremely important. This doesn't mean going to your primary doctor and asking them to do blood work for you.
And why? Why is it?
Because what you're going to learn, especially in the United States, is your primary doctor is only educated on what their main focus is in that niche of the health field.
Yes.
So if you go to your primary doctor, a lot of them are going to hear you ask to get your testosterone, your estrogen, your cortisol levels, your thyroid. You're going to ask to get these tested, and they're going to look at you like you're crazy because they don't understand the importance of how hormones affect your body.
Yes.
The shitty part of this is you have to pay out of your pocket extra to get this type of blood work done. But this type of blood work is absolutely essential to the health of a well-functioning man or woman.
Yes.
Especially a man. If you're a guy and you don't feel your best, if you're above 28 and you have no energy, but you're working on eating healthy, or you have no sex drive and like you don't understand like why shit's not working, you need to go get your blood work done.
Yes.
It's not you. It's something inside of you that you can fix.
Yeah, can I just interject with you?
100%.
I just want to say too that I've actually had a lot of conversations with either, like old friends of mine or people that I have, had, I would say connections to in my life. And the constant conversation has been like, hey, so like I've been looking at your content you've been posting, and I didn't know that you worked with like a hormonal company. Do you think that I'm a good candidate for, getting my blood work done? And I think that that's actually so interesting because, well, one, I would say I appreciate people actually like reaching out and wanting to have that conversation, because I think that this is supposed to stimulate conversation. This is supposed to be talked about. I think that a lot of men are not able to have kids because they prioritized, drinking and smoking weed and doing all the things that they made time for. And, I think a lot of people have a lot of regret in life because of the way that they lacked the care for themselves when they could have cared. I'm not saying that this is the same for everybody, but, same thing for women. How many times or how many people do you know that know of a woman somewhere that, is busting her ass in the gym, or, you think that maybe she could see more progress, and, she's like, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then it's like, but her progress is not matching what she's saying. And you actually know, because you see her, posting online that she's killing it in the gym. That's actually another point to talk about is that, if someone's killing themselves in the gym and they're not seeing that progress over time, I'm not saying like, overnight, but it's like, if you're not seeing that progress within somebody, like that's a conversation to be had. Like, hey, maybe you're not seeing progress, not because of the effort you're giving, but maybe something's wrong. Maybe your thyroid is not where it should be. Maybe your testosterone is low or high. Maybe
for women, just to let you guys know, testosterone is like absolutely important. You're not going to have a men's level, but there is a certain level you should be at to function as a healthy, proper woman. And if your test is low, it is not good. Test is not bad for women, just like estrogen is not bad for men. You need both. Yeah,
we need estrogen and testosterone. That's, again, these are things that I don't think people talk about enough. Is like we hear testosterone and we think, oh, men and steroids. But again, like my testosterone is very low, for example. And so, that's actually why I was taking DHEA, and I've talked a little bit about that before with you guys as well. And, on the call recently, that was my last, I think our last like video on it was me talking about my new results.
And they were way better.
And I would say if I had to give myself a grade, it was probably like 95%. My blood work came back as an A.
I think one thing was, your thyroid was a little low.
Yeah.
And like, again, so like all that kind of stems back to the peptide talk. Yeah. Because we're talking about hormones, but peptides aren't a steroid. They're not a hormone. They're something that you inject into your body, and what it does is the peptide gets into your body and it goes to the cells in your body, and it kind of directs and tells those cells what to do. So it's going to tell that cell to help regrow and repair, or to help with metabolism, or to help with burning fat, or to help with your memory. Because like every peptide, because Transcend has over 200 plus peptides, does something different for your body. Yeah. And when you understand that, and you understand that a peptide is a naturally occurring thing, you're more willing to look into it. And I think it's important to understand that if like taking a peptide or taking like a hormone or taking some kind of hormone treatment isn't bad, especially if like you need it. Yes. There's a difference of you taking it because you want to say you need it, and then you actually needing it. And that's something that's like, I think needs to be talked about, because not every guy needs to be on a TRT. But there are guys out there that need TRT to just be a normal human.
Yeah. Can I actually interrupt you?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just didn't want to lose my train of thought. So what he just said is actually extremely important, and that's actually why I've taken my time to not overload you guys with what I take, because I do take a little bit more than just the BPC, but I want to just focus on one thing at a time, and I don't want this to be like an overwhelming process, you know. And again, it's not everybody needs everything, and you know, you might not want to take, let's just say you get your blood work done through Transcend, you paid the $350 to get your blood work done, and you know, you get your results back, and you're on the call, because that's actually typically how it works. I just actually explained the exact process of, you know, you pay, you go, your blood work done, they call you, and they will actually go over with you in full detail, you know, what everything means, so that you actually, like, you know, you leave that call and you have honestly a complete comprehension of what you need, what's lacking, what's too much, what you're not doing, and they will actually give you recommendations based off of your results. And, you know, will some people take that as, you know, just a sales call and they're trying to, you know, make as much money off of you? I'm sure that will happen, because it's happened before. And I think that the misconception with that, you know, concept is, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Transcend is a business. However, you don't have to pay for anything that you don't want to pay for. It's absolutely your choice after you get that initial blood work done. It's your choice for what you pay for. You know, I would just say, like, if you're on a budget and, you know, you don't have all of the means, let's just say, to spend that kind of money, which, because I do understand that, you know, I would say, honestly, a lot of things that I probably promote or that I actually talk about are probably not within a normal person's budget. And I'm actually aware of that, you know, but I think that it's important as an adult, and it's important that you're making time and energy, and you're saving money for things that you care about and that you need to prioritize. So, you know, if you care about your results, and you know, you're here and you watch our YouTube videos because, you know, maybe you're doing the train with us, that's $5, and, you know, maybe you're just looking for form tips or what have you, you know, it's like, if you're going to be looking at that and, you know, I would say watching our content, you know, it's important that if you actually want to see results, you have to take your inner self, I would say, seriously, mentally, physically, hormonally, all the things. So, you know, I'd say, I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to actually talk to you guys about what, well, yeah, I was just going to say, like, what, you know, why I take it, you know, what I've seen. And I think I actually asked you too.
You asked me, so that's what I was going to answer. So yeah, she asked me, we're going to circle back, because I feel like we covered the intro into what BPC is. Well, so the thing with peptides is peptides are going to have less side effects, or it's not going to like interact with other medications you take. They're probably the lowest on the totem pole of things that are going to interact or cause issues with other medications you're taking. So BPC, the benefits of it is going to be, there's two ways to take it. There's an oral, there's a pill way, and there's an injection way. The injection way, you're going to inject into like a fatty body part of your stomach. Usually you're going to do like the belly fat on your, like an inch away from your belly button. And what BPC does is, well, one, it's going to help with your gut health. So when you take it orally, it's going to go through your GI tract. And by going through your GI tract, it's going to help clean up everything going on in there. The same is going to happen when you inject it into your belly button, but you're going to get it faster into your bloodstream versus having to wait for it to metabolize through your GI tract. The second benefit to BPC is going to be how much it helps repair and optimize what's going on with your joints. So if your
it helps a lot with my inflammation also.
Yeah, so joints and inflammation. So like if you have, let's say like a tennis elbow, you're something like one of your joints is flaring up, you can actually inject the BPC into a body fat, like a fatty part of that muscle or area, and by injecting it directly into that spot, you're going to see better results with that area healing and like getting back to a better stage where like it shouldn't bother you after a while. Is the whole point of it. Yeah,
and this is also too, this is not something that you can buy in the store.
No.
This is not something that you can just go to your doctor and be like, hey, can I have, you know, blah, 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 blah. And that's actually why we wanted to talk over, you know, that you can't just go to your normal primary care doctor and say, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because again, I think that in America, I think that we actually lack, I would say, the education when it comes to overall health and wellness, where I think doctors learned facts. I think they do have to drive, you know, the care to pharmacies, because I do think that, you know, we live on a
money rules everything, guys.
Yeah, I would say I think everything is everything. I say this all the time, but I think that money is power, and you know, the more that they can actually prescribe prescriptions and things that, you have to actually spend your money for, that's going to be the solution that they have for you rather than, taking your health seriously. And also I want to say this too, is that, I actually think that fitness, I don't want to call myself fitness enthusiasts, maybe I'll just say that. I think that fitness people that actually really care about health and this is their passion and their overall like lifestyle, I think that we as a whole would probably have a little bit more education when it comes to supplementation and taking care of your body and how to rest properly and how to digest food properly. I think that we'd have a better understanding of that because we also experience our own, and I think that we all take our own experience with fitness and we educate with what we know. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. This is we're having a productive conversation because again this is not a money-making thing for me. I appreciate the support, and if you actually do choose to get your blood work done through Transcend, I sincerely appreciate you. But I would say my overall point here is I don't want this to be a money sale. I want this to just be a way that you're able to maybe see a different perspective when it comes to injections, because again I'm not doing steroids. This is a peptide. And I also take other peptides as well, and we can kind of get into that, in our future YouTube videos.
And something important to highlight too is this peptide is probably one of the most prescribed and used peptides, along with Diaxa, which is another one.
Yeah, and also celebrities take this as well.
So say like this is something big that you're gonna see a lot of celebrities and people in the celebrity realm use, but they might not talk about as much because this actually is extremely beneficial for gut health. And a lot of people that want to drink and party and maybe not focus on the right things are going to use something like this to their advantage, where it can help them not feel that like
groggy, like groggy, I would say diarrhea feeling the next day, like when you have, let's say alcohol and things like that. And also want to say too that, I'm very much so very big into taking care of myself. I don't know, this is like I hope this is not an error. I hope this is like a forever thing. But, I'm very much so in my own space of like, we just moved to Tampa about a year ago. We do create our own schedule. I don't really have a ton of time to just like, I would say unwind every day and take care of myself. So I actually try to do what I can, which is, the proper supplementation, the peptides I take, I do greens at night from Ghost. And, there are things that I still take like collagen, and I take my skin and my overall,
Can I interrupt you? Because I feel like I was about to say, for how busy you are, you don't slip up on the things that you need to do that take care of you mentally and physically. Like you don't let your mental health slip up. You take care of everything you need to do. And I think... And
my sleep actually suffers from that.
And I think because of that, like... it keeps you busier and moving more, because like if you're working, let's say for 10 to 12 hours a day, there's still hours in a day that you got to invest into yourself and take care of things for yourself and take care of things around your house and do things like getting groceries. And that doesn't go away just because like you're working 10 hours and she doesn't have anyone. So
well, I don't have, I was gonna say, like you've probably seen me work with other, in the earlier YouTubes, like I've had assistants, here and stuff like that, and I've just tried to show, I would say, like my appreciation for them being here in that present moment, because I actually said, I think I said in the last video, I said like sometimes things don't.
Sometimes things are just for phases, and that's how life goes. Like people come in your life, and
and it's
they're not meant to be there forever.
And it's also like okay, and that's actually like I would say my perspective of life now is like this might not be a forever thing, or this might not work forever, but like right now it works in this moment, and I'm gonna appreciate those good moments for what it is, because tomorrow it might not be there, and maybe maybe something happens in the, and you can't, you guys can't make it work and whatnot, and it's really not that serious, I would say. But I would say for me, not having help here just to kind of help with stuff, I mean, in retrospect, I'm gonna just show the wagon because this is I actually got packages earlier today, so I got about 4 packages earlier. And Lucas was kind enough to use my wagon thing and go downstairs and go to the Amazon hub. I actually talked about the same thing in the last YouTube video, the rare beauty thing. Still haven't done that.
And then we got some...
like I'm excited for this because this is... Okay, I'm not going to lie. I would say this candy I think is so fruit and vegetable based that I think it actually like makes you poop, to be honest with you. I actually think that it's geared towards that.
Guys, this is the new Ghost that just launched last week. Yeah. So we got the new Gamer and the new Phase Up energy drink. This energy drink is only sold at 7-Eleven, guys.
Yeah, and also what does Gamer do?
Gamer is more of like a focus stimulant. So like
I'm actually gonna take this when I go to the gym.
So like the best way to state that is like people who play video games, this is gonna help you like focus and dial in on what you're doing. Good.
And then also for Daisy, because you know, we've got to make sure that she has quality litter, because to be honest with you guys, this is a little bit more, oh shit, my forearm almost gave out because they're just so big. But yeah, I'd say I've had her use different types of litter, and I think when we first moved here, I had her on like the regular litter because I'm like, it took a lot of money to get here, so I'm like, I cannot spend, So I just did the regular litter, and I found this shit in my bed. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So we get now, it's called pretty litter. So
she's a pretty kitty.
Where is she?
I don't know. But before we go find her, what we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna show you guys kind of how she injects and like what the process is, because I think something else that you don't get to see a lot on YouTube is
how to inject properly.
It's how to inject properly and how to do it
sanitary.
Yes. And so the injection that Miranda is doing is a sub-Q injection. Mm-hmm. So it's a very small insulin needle that she's going to inject about an inch away from her belly button. So we're going to show you that.
Okay, so we're going to do the injection part of this now. I'm going to wash my hands because we care about being clean.
You should always wash your hands first, guys. It's like the biggest step. Yeah. You're gonna do something.
Because also we're on our phones a lot, and like we're picking up remotes and.
No, literally, guys, this is actually the first step of you're gonna inject anything in your body. Yeah, clean your hands. You do not want dirt and bacteria being put in a space that's gonna go inside your body. You're gonna get an infection, and you're gonna get sick.
Okay, so first things first is when you actually take BPC, you are more likely than not to get, I would say, 2 vials.
So the first vial right here is a water. This water is something that you're going to pull out about 7.5 milliliters. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to inject that into this, which is BPC 157. Mm-hmm. And that comes in a powder form.
Yeah, so basically when you take the liquid and you mix it with the powder, because this comes with the powder, basically it forms its own liquid. So then, basically I would say I shake it up every time, just because I don't want there to be it just sinking at the bottom, which I don't think it does anyways, but I just want to make sure that I get, the full amount. So now oh shit, I almost dropped it. So now I'm cleaning it, because again, I want to make sure that we're staying sanitary here. And I usually do this injection in my stomach. So I'm actually going to throw this out because I don't want to reuse the alcohol wipe. So I'm going to take another one here. And again, I'm very thankful that Transcend sends me this stuff, because this would be honestly another thing that I would have to order from Amazon, and that's just a lot. So I appreciate Transcend for always honestly taking care of me, because they don't have to. So now, this is where the fun begins. I usually do this on my left side. I don't know why, I just always choose this side, but sometimes I have very sensitive skin. So sometimes I have to pick a new spot, and I just basically kind of do this for about a minute, just because I want to make sure that whatever the needle actually goes and touches, that it's all sanitary. And then I take, this is like an insulin needle. Or why is this happening? Can you open this? Yeah. So this is an insulin needle. Take off the cap. And then this is really funny. It took me a minute because I didn't know what I was doing. But I put it in. And just like that. And then basically what I do is I flip it. And I'm doing about 25 units. Did a little bit too much. Okay, so I'm doing 25. I did this entire left side of my body, so I know that we're okay here. So I'm going like this. And I'm taking my fat, right, from my stomach. And that's where I'm actually injecting it. I'm not just
shoving it in your muscle.
Yeah, I'm not
You're shoving it in the body fat.
Yeah, we're doing body fat. So we're doing here, I'm pulling it out here. And how I do this, I don't know if anybody else does it like this, but how I find best is that when I actually put it in the needle, I actually kind of go up, and then I go forward. Okay. That makes sense, because it's a little bit less painful that way. So I go like this. A little poke there, see, and you barely feel it because it's supposed to be a fatty area, and then I just go straight with it, and it's literally that simple. Boom. So my digestion has improved. I have noticed that I don't have to be so reliant on fish oil, because I find that I take a lot of fish oil normally. In the past, I was doing about 4 capsules a day, and that's a lot of hard pills sometimes. So I find that this has been a little bit more reliant for me in terms of inflammation and protection of my joints, because if you guys know and do the $5 train with us program, you know that I do 3 leg days a week, and it's like a lot. So I just really enjoy the benefits that I have from it. And I also know that when I'm around my period, I would say it definitely helps with, I wouldn't say it takes away cramps, but I find that my digestion is a little bit more, like I would say, like, this is TMI, but like a little bit more runny when I'm on my period. And I find that when I actually take this consistently, it doesn't happen. I've actually found that to be really reliable, because the worst thing I would say for me personally is like when I do feel crampy like that, and then like we have to do content at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's like the last thing I want to do. And I could be on my period and not really feel that pain. So I don't know if this is everyone's experience taking it, but this is my own. And I've been taking this supplement for about 9 months now. So it's been a great experience, and I'm excited to kind of, I would say like open up this part of my life with you guys, because I have been doing this, behind closed doors for about 9 months. And I just want to be able to help educate and promote as much health and wellness as I can, and I'm honestly just really appreciative for Transcend and allowing them, or I would say them allowing me to be here, because I don't take, I would say, sponsorships and I would say companies that treat me like family. Like I don't take that for granted. And I think it's important for me to also say that, I don't think I'm entitled to anything. And I don't think that a lot of influencers have the perspective of like being grateful. I think that a lot of people just feel like every company should just send them shit for free because like they just feel deserving of it. And I want to constantly just kind of go back to the perspective of, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you guys actually give me the platform to be able to do this. And I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate all of the positivity that you guys give me. And I know, sometimes like I start the YouTube video and I'm kind of like talking shit and I'm just being sarcastic, but it's more so when I do that, I'm trying to actually allow you guys to see that, one, I don't take everything seriously, and two, you gotta just like let the haters roll off of your back. You literally have to just like let it go. You're not gonna be liked by everybody. And, if you are being talked about or, people are talking poorly about you, it's like you are doing something that people are liking or not liking, and they're gonna talk about it because your actions or behavior make them feel a type of way. So just understand that, I get talked about all the time, and I quite literally don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and also like this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have heard from BPC. Why am I tired? Why am I tired? Yes, let me know if you've heard of it. Let me know if you've tried it. Let me know if you take it. And also, let me know if you guys decide to actually get your blood work done. Like, let's have a conversation. Let's be productive with how we spend 2024. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.